And welcome to this ye medieval GermFet pedal show. My name is Gabor.
Oh, seamless. Hey, I'm Alex. Welcome along. We're going to check out this Hangman pedal today.
Lord GermFet.
That's the one. Please hit like and subscribe on our channel first up. That would help us out. Give us a thumbs up, ding the bell, and leave us a little comment. Oh, sorry.
Please do. And this is provided by Paul at HangmanFX. So this is what you would call a sponsored video. And big thank you to Paul.
Thanks, man.
Now, Alex, your buddy Lord GermFet.
Yes.
Yes. It's kind of all in the name. It's a Germanium and JFET drive pedal. Left side is Germanium, right side is JFET.
Friends.
You can stack them. You can change the order of how you stack it. There's internal stuff as well, which you get into. You can control it remotely. And
Oh, yes.
there is some actual fragments, English is difficult, of 15th century chainmail in the LED. So you
Probably my favourite century of chainmail.
the 14th was not good enough, and 16th it kind of went out of fashion.
Yeah, kind of got too technical.
Yeah, so there's some fragments of chainmail in there, which I'll show a close-up photo of that if you want to see it. Yeah, but two switches. Should also quickly mention the switches are latching, but if you hold them in, they're momentary. So you can just have, if you want just a burst of GermFet,
Gems.
if you want a GermFet burst, there it is.
No one wants a
and it works with both.
No one wants a JFET burst. I have a question.
Yeah.
Where do you get 15th century chainmail from?
I have no idea.
Timu?
You have to ask, probably, yeah.
Yeah,
They
cool.
sent it, yeah.
Interesting. Anyway, so you know what you're hearing. We've got guitars through the pedal. Mozztronics Amp Switcher. It's just selected a Cherrytone OTS Mini 20. Clean amp. 2-nose Torpedo Captor X up there thing doing the cab, sims, IRs and verb. And I've got a 79 SG Yamaha with some Mr. Glyn pickups. And it sounds like this.
Video for the Mr. Glyn's pickups up here. And the reverb you're hearing is from the two notes thing as well. Okay, do you want to be Germy or FET first?
FET.
FET first?
FET me.
FET first. So on the right hand side, it's those two controls. You've got basically volume and gain, and you've got presence control.
I love presents.
So let's just go 12 o'clock,
Christmas.
red light. Do you like it up or down? Presents.
Excuse me. Oh, the presents. I'd like the presents turned on, I believe.
On, please. Yes. Okay.
Always love presents for me.
Okay.
More presents, please. Thank you.
Santa's. He likes Santa.
Oh, yeah. Come back, have a cup of tea.
Sounds good.
Yeah, it's
It's a boost, a coloured boost with a little bit of gain in it. Should we get Germy?
sure.
So the left-hand side is the Germanium side, the Germanium drive side with this switch. You've got here a volume, gain, and tone control. You also have this one switch in the middle, which is a low, high, and vintage, which gives you 3 different voicings. So let's just start off with low to the
Okay.
left. Turn it on and see what happens. So that went to high then. So that was, do it again. So this is low.
The vintage thing has a kind of, it's a bit more mid-rangey, angry-ish.
Sure. Angry-esque. So which one did you like the best out of those three?
Probably the high.
High? In the middle? Okay. And do you want more gain, less gain? More tone, less tone?
Probably there, because if we start stacking them...
Yeah. Well, that's the next thing now. And this
game
is
to play with.
where this switch comes into play as well.
Yeah.
So you can stack the two, and this switch will tell you which side goes into which side. So if it points to the right, you've got this side going into that side. If it points to the left, you've got that side going into that side.
Sweet.
So do you want to germ the FET or FET the germ?
That one into that one.
Okay.
Might not need the presence when you get more gain.
Okay. Do you really want that echo? There's a line 6 echo.
Feels really good. It's just
which way did you like better? Because I switched between the two.
Did you?
Yeah. Well, do you want to... Okay, quickly try it. Let's do the same sound with the echo.
Okay.
So we start off with the FET, the JFET going into the germ, and then I'll switch it.
Okay. Ooh.
Purely sound-wise, I actually prefer that. I don't know feel-wise what it is, but I like the sound of that.
Okay.
So this going into that better.
Why?
It got fatter.
Did get fatter. Almost a little bit too blown out to play.
Okay. Well, that's always the thing. It feels different too then.
Right.
But I guess then you can also, if you're going this into that now, we can adjust it. But we can crank the volume on this a little bit more, the gain. Got noisy then. So which one did you prefer in the end? Don't know.
I wasn't paying attention.
But slightly different, yeah.
Yeah.
Now, other things you can do has a little thingy dingy on the side, like a little
side hole.
Side hole.
Yeah.
Now, what you can do with that is you can get one of the other little Hangman things. It's just called the switch box. You plug that into here. Now, the idea behind that is it's a remote switcher. So, for example, you use a loop switcher. You have this tucked in under, like on the bottom shelf with no access. This now can turn one of the two sides on. There's actually an internal thing we'll get to in a second where you can switch which one of the two you want to turn on. So you can have that on all the time in your loop switcher. Yep. And then you can have that as an external thing sitting next to your loop switch or something, and that turns the other side on if you want it. Now there is, actually let's get into the internals, because that's one of the other things we've got to do. So when you turn it over, there is some internal switching going on.
It's pretty cool.
It is pretty cool. So the switch, I don't know how much you can see of it, but down here, there's a little switch down here, and that this picks which one of the two this turns on. So now it turns that on externally. If I flick this the other way, that now turns the red side on. Right? Magical. So that's just if you want to do remote switching. Now, this blue trim pod here, it says in the manual, don't touch because it changed the bias. But we will probably touch it. And then up here, you have a thing called the Tame Switch. So the Tame Switch, if you turn the Germanium side on, so let's say it's cranked again, let's find the sound. So it tames, it less gain basically.
Definitely, yep.
Do you like the less gain? Well, actually, we're on the less gain side. Let's see what it sounds like.
Stackage.
On the less gain side when you stack it and stuff. Yeah.
I feel like it's lost a bit of attitude.
Okay.
Even besides the gain thing.
Let's go high gain. I always prefer high gain. Now let's check this biasing control. Now I believe the biasing control is for the JFET side. So let's crank the JFET side with the bright control up as well. And let's, with this little screwdriver that I haven't prepared earlier, let's play with that. And so it's about now, if you want to go back to where it was, it's about sort of 45 degrees, the two things, just so we know. You know. Okay, so let's just see what happens. I haven't tried this yet. So it gates it. But then if you have that on its own, there's probably not much it does. Does it if you strum it? No. But if you do use them together, you could use that as a gated drive.
Yeah.
Is that roughly where it was, or was it a bit more? I think it was a little bit more. I think it was about there. Yeah, that was too far already. Should we try the same thing now with single coils with a Telecaster?
Old blue.
With old blue, yes. This is my, isn't that lovely? California blue, made in Japan.
Crayon blue.
California blue, made in Japan. Aerodyne special Telecaster, and there's a video for it up here.
Play school blue, they call it.
California blue. Well, play school, I know that's an Australian thing, isn't it? I'm thinking Sesame Street comes from California. Anyway, this is what it sounds like. Now, either germ or fet me, Alex.
Get your fet.
Sorry, were you going to say something?
Thumbs up.
Thumbs up. I don't think the Tele needs the press switch. nice always on.
Isn't it?
It just emphasizes the sound, doesn't
And
it?
then you could hit it with this.
But I think that may need a present switch now. Yeah, maybe not.
Interesting.
I think it sounds cool. That's a nice sort of always on with the boost function.
I can stack well with other drives and fuzzers and things.
Who wants to see us stack it with other boosts and fuzzes and drives and things, as he said?
Stuff.
Thoughts, Alex?
The other thing it doesn't really translate well through YouTube is the feel of the drive. How would you think it feels?
It felt nice.
Does it feel chainmail-y?
It felt
does it not?
spongy.
Spongy.
Well, it had that kind of spongy attack,
Yeah, a little bit of compression going on, but not too much.
especially stacked.
Yeah.
Stacked, but it's nice. It reminded me almost a little bit. You know what it reminded me a little bit of almost, Alex?
What's that?
Would you like
15th century clons.
No, like a small amp, cranked small amp. That was, when it compresses and almost goes to fuzzy sort of territory.
Okay.
Yeah, like a small, like a
Small
junior,
Kids chainmail.
See what I have to deal with. Yeah, like a small combo amp,
There you go.
cranked the bejeebus out of by Lord GermFet.
Yes. The Lord. Yeah, I dig it. That has this nice amount of compression that makes you
Yeah,
sort of not have to work too hard.
yeah,
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 nice.
yeah,
I think tonally it sits really well.
yeah.
It's not really too blown out. Doesn't get too fuzzy for an overdrive.
No,
Not too harsh or.
but it goes just right fuzzy. That's what I mean. It has that. If you like that blown out combo amp kind of begging for mercy sound, it kind of does that. And I think the switch, having which one goes into which, is a great addition. Cool artwork with a helmet thingy and like a shield, and
Yeah.
it looks cool. And a brass thing up the front here again with the stuff on it.
Lord Boba Fett or whatever his name is. Hey, what do you guys think? Leave us a comment.
Yeah, please do. Leave us a comment about him.
Oh, there's a few comments. Yeah, it's a whole bunch of really cool stuff.
Yeah,
So,
I like it. Big thank you to Paul at HangmanFX. Check out the Hangman playlist. Oh, sure.
I'm going. Bye. See ya.
See ya.
Catch you soon.
Watch it.